Hey guys, welcome back again to Rebuild Reality, where as always we talk about who we really are, why we're here, and how all of this 3D stuff actually works. I am your host, as always, Sky Cheyenne. And I think that every single one of us are pretty darn familiar with this little statement. Ask and it is given. Nothing else there. Nope, just ask and it's given. Ooh, well, we kind of have a little bit of a problem with that, don't we? Well, first of all, we're really good at asking. Oh, boy, are we good at asking. Every kind of technique, affirmation process, you name it, we've got it all covered. We've got a ton of them. We're great at asking. And receiving, yeah, give it to me. I love receiving. That is fun. Yes, it's my favorite thing, receiving. So we're good at both those things. But the problem is that where we have difficulty with is the in-between part, isn't it? Because just ask and just trust, it's going to happen. And that kind of goes against our 3D experience because it's all about control. It's all about me driving. It's all about me making it happen. If I don't push, if I don't try, if I don't struggle, if I don't do it the entire time, whatever it is, something, I need to do something until I finally get it. Then I'll feel okay. Then I feel like I'm making it happen. When, of course, we've never been the one making it happen, and we never will be, which much to our chagrin. What does Neville say? Neville Goddard says, that you do nothing. You do nothing. He said, specifically, it is an illusion that other than assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, that you could do anything to aid the realization of your desire. That's what it feels like, right? For so many people, because, we're just like, it's just not going to happen. If I don't do something, it's not going to happen. So this is the part where we need help. This is the part where we need a bit of work there, because what happens is we're doing it and then we're waiting. And then we become the one who is aware of waiting. I'm aware that I'm waiting. I'm trying not to be aware that I'm waiting, but I'm aware that I'm waiting. And then we become the one who's sitting there waiting, instead of just kind of being like, yep, I did it. Yep, it's happening. I'm feeling so freaking good about it. This is great. Now I'm just getting on with my life, and I just know it's showing up, just like it's something I ordered, on the internet, or it's an order I placed in a restaurant, and I know it's coming because I'm sitting here in the restaurant, and my order was taken. The waiter came and it went to the kitchen, and now well, of course it's coming. But we don't really see it like that because we're not quite sure where the kitchen is or what the kitchen is. What is this source, creator, God, universe thing? I'm asking someone, and I know, and I get it that there's this higher power, but whether I call it my higher self or the rest of me or anything else, that's still a bit vague, and it still feels like it's got all of these rules and regulations, and and we're like this, like that, because we innately tend to not feel good enough. Certainly in 3D, it gives us that impression that, and everything here, all the advertising, everything we see on social media and all of that, it's all about being good enough, right? Well, and advertising has certainly been like that for a long, long time, for like 100 years now. They got onto the idea, oh, wait a minute, if you get people to believe that there's something wrong with them, then you can sell them stuff, right? Oh yeah, you're not, if you don't have the body, you don't have the hair, you don't have the correct deodorant, or aftershave or perfume or social connections or money or whatever, if you don't have this, if you don't have that, you don't have this car, you don't have this house, you don't have these leggings, or I don't know, there's so much put upon us to try and look a certain way, try and be a certain way. And of course, it just drives everyone completely crazy trying to fit into all these things, but we're used to having to fit into a very tight little box. We think if we're really perfect, if we're really good, then we're really deserving, because everything has really convinced us that we're not good enough, that we're not worthy, and we're certainly not just worthy just by virtue of just being here and alive. Like, well, no, what? I've been told since the very beginning that I didn't know enough, and I was stupid, and I needed to learn, and I wasn't good enough, and I needed to become, because just being who I was as a little kid or who I was as a baby wasn't already okay, wasn't already perfect. So we got that wiring going on, which is exactly what we're unplugging here in all of this. Like, no, just by virtue of me being born, I'm already good enough. Because in all of this, if the first thing that happened when you were born, if you didn't get to breathe, if you weren't already having that, nothing else would matter, would it? Nothing else here would matter one little bit. But you're already given that. You're already given the breath of life. You're already given that your heart pumps and your cells turn over and all of this stuff. It already happens. It's part of this program. You're already good enough, because if you're already good enough for those things to survive, to live, to breathe, to be here, well, then of course, everything else comes. The car you want, the relationship you want, all come way after that, you know? So we kind of have to get our priorities straight here. And because we don't feel good enough, or that we have to keep doing stuff, you know, or that we haven't done it right, we haven't done it enough, you know, we haven't, maybe I need to do it this way or that way. And there's so much information out there that we're so easily convinced, you know, we'll do like a couple of days of doing this technique or this thing, and then it doesn't give it right now. And then we're on to the next one, you know, because we keep thinking that it's not working. We keep thinking that we're not good enough, or that we didn't do it right. And it's just that. We throw ourselves off by all of this stuff. We throw ourselves off, and we become the one who is still waiting, the one who is still trying, who is still manifesting, who is still becoming, who's still, you know, trying to be good enough. We're still in that in-between part that doesn't exist. There is no being good enough for it or doing it right. You don't have to do anything right. All of it's right. You just ask. Da-da-da, you did it right. You already did it right. No matter what process, what technique, what affirmations, none of that matters at all. Just, I asked, and that's it. That's all that we need, you know? So in all of this, we're really already there. It's just that we think that we're not. So we worry about it. We keep trying to do too much. We keep trying to take that steering wheel back. It's like, I asked, okay, get in the car. I'll take you there. Great. You know, it's no problem. I'll get you exactly what you want. And so we get in the car, and then we're like, I need to drive again. You know, and then, but we have no idea where we're going. We have no idea how it all fits together. We have no idea what we're doing. So of course we just drive into the ditch again, you know? So it's really getting into that. It's okay. It is happening. You just gotta go ahead and just let it go, you know? And it's okay. Obviously sometimes, you know, it's fine to be like, well, yeah, you know, I did kind of notice that it's still not here, you know, as long as you're not predominantly there, as long as you're predominantly in the place where you're like, you know what, I did it. I did do it. I'm saying that I did it, and because I'm saying that I did it, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Yep, it's done. It's done, and this is going to be freaking fantastic. And I'm just going to start getting on with things because I know it's happening. But because it's so simple, and it's so easy, ask and it's given, that we have a really difficult time with it because we're not used to easy. We're not used to simple. But I think we really need to get used to that. Get used to that life can be simple. Life can be easy. Why not? Why shouldn't it be? It shouldn't be the other way. And I think every single one of us know that. You know in your heart that there should be a world where things should work and it should be great and it should be easy and simple and full of all the good things that you want. And it is. It is there. The only difficulty is we have a problem with letting that be, with accepting it, that it could be that way. And so when we don't accept it, we just push it away. Because this is a natural process here, all of this. This is the same power that gets you what you want, that takes your order and goes and produces it. It's the same power that makes the sun rise, the same power that makes the flowers grow, the same power that makes your heart beat, that is your breath, that these things automatically happen, it makes your cells turn over. Because if you get involved, if you start getting involved with trying to run your body, with trying to run your breath, you just start hyperventilating, don't you? I need to concentrate. For how long? How long can you do it? Can you continue to be responsible for your breath, for your breathing, for the rest of your life? You give that over, don't you? You give that power over to this other part of you. Like, okay, I don't want to think about that all the time. You don't want to think about your heart, beating and stuff. You don't want to think about walking. I need to really think about walking. You just do it. You just do it and your body takes over. It's the same power with this. Exactly the same power that's doing all those other things is getting you what you want. So you get out of the way, because if you get involved, then you start tripping over yourself. Then you start messing up, Then it becomes hard. Then it becomes difficult. So it's exactly the same thing, though, that will get you what you want if you just kind of get on about your day, do what you need to do, maybe even get excited about it. I mean, wouldn't that be nice? Wow, this thing is showing up. This is great. I'm going to get ready. I don't know what or when, but hey, I know that if my SP is coming back or something like that, then I'm going to start getting my body in shape. I'm going to start, I'm going to go and get my hair done. Or, if I know this money is showing up, I'm going to start paring down all this junk that I don't need. I'm going to start throwing out the socks that have holes in them. Why am I keeping those things? Why would I keep those things if I was rich? You start getting this is great. I'm so looking forward to this. You're in the state of receiving as opposed to being in the state of still trying, still waiting, still trying to do it, still trying to go to something else, still trying to watch another video. You're in the, this is so easy. Yeah. Why wouldn't it be? So we pull ourselves out of that whole 3D belief that everything has to be hard, that everything has to be difficult. And we finally get into that place where we are really actually living in the end, living in the enjoyment of the expectation of it, the assumption of it, the fun of it. And bizarrely, everything works out. So I hope that helps you guys there, that this is a natural process. It's a natural process like any other process that's happening out there in the natural world, in our body. You see all these processes already going on. Same thing. Manifestation, reality creation, exactly the same thing. You just ask and it is given. Let the process happen. In between, you let the process happen. So thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate all you guys being here with me on Rebuild Reality. Thank you very much for your comments, your likes, your shares, and certainly for subscribing to this channel. And I look forward to seeing you amazing creators that I know that you are next time here on Rebuild Reality.